Hi everyone, welcome back to Republic Labs. It's David here, and now crypto participants are in pain. So the market is maturing and becoming more competitive, but there is no better time than now to look for opportunities than during this bearish period in the market. And so we'll take a look at some interesting development in crypto this week. Let's go. The Bitcoin price has failed to show strength in 2026 and is currently breaking below $80K, an important psychological level for the market, aligns with average on-chain cost basis for active investors and average ETF inflow cost basis. And we are in a top-heavy market, and there is a supply air pocket sitting below 80K. This just got backfilled, but now it is possible that we might see, and perhaps likely, that we trade below 80K towards $70K to fill this air pocket. On the macro front, the main catalyst to watch this week is the unemployment data for January, which will be published on Friday. And then US unemployment, if we see, has been gradually rising in recent months. Layoffs in January following seasonal hiring in December should push unemployment higher than investors expect. And as part of that, the BLS will publish its annual revision for 2025. Short-term revisions had revised unemployment higher for many months in 2025, and there's a high chance the yearly revision will show an even higher unemployment rate than expected. This would be supportive of more Fed easing, hopefully bullish for crypto. And on the geopolitical front, there's a tug-of-war between the escalation around Iran and the potential de-escalation around Ukraine. And the US, Russia, and Ukraine are holding their second round of trilateral meetings in the UAE. And there haven't been trilateral meetings about the war since 2022, shortly after it began. Perps are one of the few verticals still generating meaningful cash flow, even during this volatile market in crypto. Hyperliquid posted roughly $68.7 million of gross protocol income in January 2026, up from about $60.3 million on the prior 30-day. And that revenue base is starting to look less purely crypto beta as the venue expands beyond crypto perps into equities and commodities, while monetization diversifies through builder codes and HIP3. The near-term supply token overhang is lighter than the market positioned for, and the February 2026 team distribution was reduced to roughly 140K token of hype, a low single-digit millions unlock in spot that is comparable to a strong single day of protocol revenue. And adding on the announcement of HIP4 that Hyperliquid is testing native prediction markets and enabling options, it is easier to see why Hype token price traded uncorrelated this week. And interestingly enough, Jeff has worked on a prediction market in 2018 before he started building Hyperliquid. If HIP4 captured 100% of polymarket volume, it would add just 5% to Hyperliquid revenue. That means the scale of perp markets is massive, and Hyperliquid is potentially undervalued versus polymarket recent round. And this paper argues that Hyperliquid collapses the trade-off between CHEXs and DeFi by vertically integrating a high-performance trading stack into a purpose-built layer 1. And governance via HIP progressively expands the design from token standards and liquidity bootstrapping to permissionless, builder-deployed perpetual markets. One of the most exciting AI apps for developers in 2026 is Claude by Anthropic and also Claude Bot, a free and open source project that's not just another lame chatbot, but a tool that takes action in the real world 24/7. And it does this while remembering everything and will hit you up on Telegram or WhatsApp as it automates your life. And over the last few weeks, everybody's been going crazy. It's racked up over 152K GitHub stars in record time and caused Mac Mini selling out everywhere. Claudebot sounded too similar to Anthropic's beloved Claude, and so they asked to change the name, and Moltbot came next. But people didn't really like it, so they changed the name once again to its final form, OpenClaw. And OpenClaw was created by Peter Steinberger for free, a tool that wraps Claude and GPT-5 to stay alive 24/7. It can manage your calendar, clean up your email, run scripts, find out how much money you're losing in crypto, and deploy code. And it can do all of this from your own tiny self-hosted VPS or a Raspberry Pi or even a Mac Mini. there's no reason to pay another random startup $29 per month for the privilege. So, if you're experimenting with OpenClaw, the Multiverse Hackathon is a must to participate in. $200K in prizes and eyes from very big names in the industry, so you can build some fun and cool ideas over the 2-week sprint. Smart home tech maybe, or gaming agents, VR or AR, controlling physical hardware, agents that interact with other agents, and even real life form like maybe your pets. So maybe check this out. Demand for AI will soon push our energy infrastructure out into space, and Elon Musk announced plans to merge xAI with SpaceX, in part to accelerate the launch of space-based data centers that will draw the energy directly from the sun. Also, China, which is extremely good at producing energy on Earth, announced plans to launch data centers in space within 5 years. So this is the first time in human history we're seriously planning energy infrastructure that operates at solar system scale, rather than just what's available to us at the surface, all because of AI. The digital universe is projected to use 4,000 terawatt hours of power in the year 2050, with AI querying the fastest growing factor. And this is roughly the equivalent to 12.6 years of my country's Indonesia annual consumption. Might be easier to build data centers in space. Who knows? The price of electricity from solar has fallen 88% over the past 15 years, and now imagine how cheap it could get. In orbit, where there are no clouds and no weather, it's always daytime, and nothing is lost in transmission. So while asset prices may not reflect crypto adoption, we are surely in for a great and wild ride. The best thing you can do now is to stay curious, use everything, and learn. Subscribe to our channel to be informed and ahead. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Cheers.